What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha. And as mentioned last time, we're going to jump back to the Live in South America DVD audio, 1991. As I said, I'm going to keep doing bunches where I'll go through a few from this release. I think there's like maybe 5 left, so maybe I'll run this one to the end of the release, but ultimately we'll eventually jump back. We'll finish off the Unplugged album. We'll continue through ending on a high note, and so on. There's a number of releases we still have to finish off. Nevertheless, I am enjoying the variety. Again, hearing how they reconfigured the tunes for the Unplugged performance has been very enjoyable. I did mention we're going to listen to Scoundrel Days here. We did just listen to that as a duet. I completely understand what people were saying, that, you know, Ian McCulloch didn't quite sound, you know, like the vintage vocals from Echo and the Bunnymen. Nevertheless, enjoying that deep dive for that band as I am. It was a cool thing all the same, and I did think he sounded a bit more natural, as I suppose you would expect on The Killing Moon, so it was nice to hear Morton sing on that song. But yeah, so we're going back to this early 90s Aha idiom where, you know, the guitars and the raspiness of Morton's voice and just the overall jamming feel is perhaps intensified compared to what we've been listening to recently. So yeah, looking forward to hearing the same song that we've heard recently, but now, you know, 30 years earlier essentially, or, you know, close to that, and in a much more perhaps you know, live rocking sort of sound. So let's get it. This is Aha performing Scoundrel Days on the Live in South America DVD audio 1991.
Outside of the pavement, the dark makes no noise. I can feel them sweat my lips.
Definitely a darker
into
feel.
my mouth. I'm heading out for the steep hills. Leaving me now, Charlie. And see. Never knowing nothing else to do. Death comes the morning around us and you. Was it too much to ask for, to put away? They've forgiven anything to break these scoundrel days. And I'm close to calling out their names, but finally smile. Yeah.
everything, but I'm Morton's vocal performance.
I guess for it to be a lifestyle that you enjoy, you have to be able to let the audience give you something as well as you giving the audience something. In order to deserve it, you're supposed to really enjoy it.
Interesting. So that's like, some of the DVD bits between, behind the scenes and so on, like between the songs. That was cool. And yeah, ultimately, I like my experience in playing at techno parties is as a DJ, which obviously is different than being like a creative artist, like singing their own song and so on. But it's absolutely true that like the more you vibe with the crowd and the more they're into it, the more the experience on both sides like becomes something bigger, something better. So I can just sit up there and I can play tunes and transition from one to the other, and it's like if I'm not really paying attention to what the audience is doing or thinking, it's there's a disconnect. But if you're like if you're into it with the audience and you're seeing how they're vibing with it and so on, you can kind of play off that. So yeah, it feels like the rapport is really fantastic, and the way that they approach these live performances, going way back to the early days. Clearly it was not just a like let's get up there and play some songs that we know are popular, but it's like about the experience, which speaks to why so many people in the AHA family who've commented about seeing them have talked about the the intense and very emotional experience of seeing AHA live. So bottom line, Morton's vocal performance was really capturing my attention. I was enjoying all the different elements. There were a couple moments where the drums were catching my attention, the guitar, especially near the end. Shout out to Paul. But ultimately, again, Morton's vocals were real, like center stage on this one. So and again, a couple moments like pushing it, like really sort of like feeling it, just being audacious with the way he's delivering a couple of those moments. So really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.